Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to make retinol, tretinoin, retinaldehyde, whatever you're using for that step, work better for you in your skincare routine, even if you have the most sensitive skin. All right, as a skincare professional of 36 years, I have said that retinol, tretinoin, which is Retin A, the prescription version, and now today we have retinaldehyde, is one of the most important steps in a skincare routine because we just don't have anything that works as well topically to help speed up cellular turnover, even out your skin tone, and help regenerate those elastin fibers, and even collagen production gets a boost from long-term use of retinol. We just don't have anything else topically that can do all of those things. But the issue for a few, okay, some, all right, probably many, is the process of acclimating to that product, especially if you're using prescription strength retinoids like tretinoin. But even retinol tends to give people some issues with dryness, redness, flakiness, and a long adjustment period, which, if you have sensitive skin, is even more difficult to overcome. However, there is a technique you can use called sandwiching, which is similar to layering. When you apply your retinol, tretinoin, or your retinaldehyde, that can make this process much easier on your skin and can help you acclimate faster. And actually, doing this on the long term, every time you apply your retinoid product, helping it to work better. So the first step in the process is to start with clean, dry, non-exfoliated skin. So you want to do your exfoliation processes that you do in the week during the day or in the morning, or you skip the retinol application that night because we don't want to apply a retinoid to freshly exfoliated skin. Your skin's going to be very open and sensitive, and you're just going to get a lot of irritation. Then the next important thing before you apply your retinoid product is to make sure your skin is hydrated. So the trick here is to get hydration without using any sort of capping product. So we don't want to use like a CeraVe or something that has ceramides or Aquaphor or any sort of heavy night cream first, because it will block the retinol from being able to penetrate your skin and do any good at all. Now you can use a lightweight hyaluronic based serum first and apply that to your skin, or you can do what I do and use a moisturizing spray. This is Mario Badescu's facial moisturizing spray. Actually, I use it all over. It is rose water and aloe based with botanical extracts added. It's very light. I just spritz it on. It's able to penetrate the skin and give you a nice layer of moisture before you apply your retinol product. Now, as I said, you can be using retinaldehyde. This one is by Naturium. I like it a lot. I use this one on my arms and neck because it's much milder and better tolerated by sensitive skin. Or you can use an over-the-counter retinol product. I talk about Versed Gentle Retinol Serum for the face. That one's fine. This is prescription strength tretinoin by the agency, which is what I've been using and testing out lately. You just need a pearl-sized amount, just this tiny little amount, and you want to pat that in to the skin. And you want to be sure that you avoid your eyelids and your eyelash lines, because tretinoin, retinol, and even retinaldehyde, once it gets on the eyelids, it can be very, very irritating to your eyes, and that irritation can actually turn into dermatitis. And I want to give you guys a really cool esthetician's tip here. If you have problem with skincare products migrating to your eyelids, like tretinoin, retinol, sunscreen is a big one for a lot of you, just tapping a little bit, a tiny, tiny thin layer of Aquaphor. You could use Vaseline, but I don't really like using Vaseline on the skin. Aquaphor has a better formulation of hydrating ingredients, less likely to block pores. By doing that, you're protecting the eyelids from any sort of product migrating on top of them. So oftentimes I include this step before I apply the tretinoin to my skin. But we're not done yet with the sandwiching process, because there is another step, a last step, and that is to apply a nighttime moisturizer. Now, if you have normal to oily skin, you can apply a product like Neutrogena's Hydro Boost for extra dry skin. You would just apply that to the face as a capping mechanism to sandwich in your retinol to help it stay active longer, help it be absorbed down into the skin, and actually protect your skin from undue irritation. Now, if you're using retinol products and you're tending to drier skin patches like I am during the adjustment phase, there are products that work extremely well for this, like One Kind's Dream Cream. I just did a video on this product, which is designed to give you deeper moisturization, hydration, and a capping mechanism to protect the skin. This stuff is amazing. It really, really is. It goes on so lightly, absorbs well, and it helps your skin retain and build up moisture in the lower layers naturally, so that when you wake up in the morning, your skin is super moisturized, hydrated, glowing, and plump. It's really amazing stuff. So clearly not a hard process to get your retinol to work better for you or to help you adjust to using it so that you get all those great anti-aging benefits. And for even more ways to roll back the clock on your skin, check out this video that's coming up next. Thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel. I really appreciate you. Stay beautiful, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you over on that next video.